Looks like we got a new friend!
Welcome to the Scratticus Academy. It is Dynama Day, and yay, I'm just excited. And I want to know if my frog's okay. So just really quickly, please check out all the links that are about to go in chat. This includes our Twitter, Discord, YouTube, you name it, it's over there. You will also find some links to our fabulous sponsors who, along with chat, make this all possible. So please go check out Bird in the Storm, who write modules, and we're also currently doing some stuff behind the scenes with them, ready for season 3, which I'm super excited about. And also please check out Mage Ham Press as well, the creators of Dark Matter Alpha. Other than that, I will hand over to the very lovely Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Dynama Day. This is Dynama, and I am Renee. I will be your storyteller. Today we are playing Weave. It is a game by Monocle Society. It's something that I've really fallen in love with, and it's based around a card system. So each of the characters picks a suite that is based on a suit based off of the elements. So like stones or brooks or flames. And so we're going to go around really quickly so that everyone else can introduce the characters that they are playing as well as who they are, and then we will hop into the story because golly gee did we leave it off last time. So Alice, could you tell us who you're playing today?
Hello, I'm Alice, and I play the Gale's character, Umiko, who's not in the best situation right now, but she feels pretty good. She's feeling pretty good about it. But yeah, excited to play this week.
Yay! Welcome. And then Julie.
There's the mute button. Hello, I'm Julie. I'm playing Fen, who is our Stones character, which is kind of the tank equivalent. Fen's worried right now, and I think so are many of us, because Umiko just went harrowing off into the woods, and as she is to do apparently. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this pans out.
And Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly, aka on Twitter. I play Skylar, who is our kind of our resident angry person right now, but she is really kind of like the group healer. She's a Flames character, which is an intelligence equivalent, roughly. So she does a lot of like magic-y stuff. And yeah, she's great. Last week was a wild ride. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit, but first, Jay, who are you playing this week?
I am playing Sierra, our Brooks character, which is kind of like charisma, and I'm excited to ride in on our fancy steed and save the day.
I was just looking at the Twitch and seeing the stacks of rerolls. Golly gee, y'all have made this game that much more amazing by participating so much. One of the ways that you can do that for this game is by activating signature moves. Each of the characters that were just introduced has a unique signature move to them, and then several of the NPCs do as well, and several of those have been activated. So we're hoping to see some of that, but those are available for £10 donations. The characters are built around cards, and the story is built around cards as well. Typically, I would draw 3 cards, one for theme, one for location, and one for a boss. But because we have so much to resolve after last session and the cards that I drew then, I figured we'd just play that out this week and see how things go. So, when last we left off, golly gee, and actually, I think Jay summed it up very, very well in the Discord last week, which you should definitely check out because we'll be chatting there after the show. But Jay said, if you don't mind, Jay, remember that time when Skylar was scrambling to save a child's life from a stab wound? Umiko charged into the decay to save Skylar's sister-in-law. Fen sprinted to save their one true love. Sierra rode Umiko's reindeer side saddle, and then Fen kept pace and leapt onto the charging steed, all at the same time. Umiko went into the decay and has made it out barely with Naomi, Skylar's sister-in-law, but neither of them are doing particularly well. Sierra and Fen are en route, as well as Skylar, who has done the kind of medical healing duties that she could, and is now heading that way on foot, while the others are on their way on Brund, Umiko's reindeer. But we left off Umiko lying on the edge of the decay. Could you roll me a stones challenge of 2 to see how you are faring?
A 9.
Okay. Yeah. So you do get a couple of stones there. So you're doing okay. You're hurting.
Oh, she has her eyes closed, just trying to not focus on the pain itself and really try and focus on the cold grass, the cold air, and just everything around her.
And it's there. The breeze definitely feels cooler because it's against that burning feeling. The grass is cool and you can hear hoof beats. Hoof beats? Yeah.
I like it, so.
You hear hoofbeats approaching quickly.
She'll stay lying there briefly and then reach out to Naomi. Not go to touch her and then remember how she's feeling compared to, like, what must Naomi be feeling like. And she's like, Naomi, can you hear me at all?
You hear sounds, but not any words.
Omiko will probably, with a lot of effort, roll onto her front, try and catch herself with one of the arms and try and push herself up a little bit. She doesn't know if they're coming in, if these hooves are going to miss them. She is very out of it right now. She turns around to sort of look up and say, Run. Now quickly, can I check the frog? Please, can I just check the frog, please? If it's cooked, that's where.
You can check the frog.
She sort
Your
of
water skin
pouch like a tiny bit, as much as it really hurts her fingers, and looks in.
The frog is in there. There is not a lot of water in there.
I didn't boil him alive.
Does not look boiled alive. I'm not actually sure how frogs would look like that, but I think it looks
Floating.
Mostly fine.
Yes. He's not floating upside down.
It looks up at you and blinks.
And she's sort of
make this very clear.
Okay, we'll get you some. Like, she sort of feels dizzy. Her head is all over the place. We'll get you some water.
Its throat does the little frog thing.
Yeah, she's like, me too, buddy. And if she sees them coming towards her, she goes, oh, good. They are coming. And she'll probably pass out face down on the grass. She needed to see if they were coming first, and that's almost like I'm out now.
Yeah, Sierra, Fen, can y'all roll me perception checks, please?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure can.
Okay. Yeah, you both see Umiko. And you see her at the edge of the decay, and she's sitting up and looking at you, and as you are watching, she falls over, face down. You're so close now.
Umiko!
The closer we get, I'm just gonna, like, leap off and scramble over, I guess.
Dexterity challenge to leap off of a moving reindeer?
I'll laugh if I fall on my face.
Poof.
I think I typed that right.
Proper face plant.
I think you do. You fall on your face.
Oh no.
So cute. Umiko fell on her face and then fell on her face and then
I like rolled a few times and just like spitting out grass and just like damn it. Run the rest of the way over. And Vet hesitates to like touch anyone, seeing like this kind of scalded look to both Umiko and Naomi. Are they clear of the decay? Like, are they out of it entirely, or are they just like
They
over
are
the border?
out of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sierra would probably also dismount when they got there, and she's gonna try to like assess like which one of them is doing worse. Whether it's
Brund goes straight up to Umiko.
Umiko seems okay. Naomi.
Right.
Naomi, can you hear me?
You hear, like, it's like she's trying to speak, but doesn't have the words.
Does she seem like she's on the brink of death?
You see her eyes moving quickly under her lids, which are closed, and her skin looks very, like, red and painful and cracked. It's hard to tell just from where you are how close to death she is.
Regardless, I'm gonna close my eyes and place my hands on her chest and channel the heat through my fingers. And there's a warm wind, and I'm gonna use my signature move.
Okay. Can you, for the sake of the audience, explain what your signature move is?
My signature move is called Warmth Rises, which means when someone is on the brink of death, and in those brief moments after death, you can bring them back to life from the ashes. Which seems appropriate since she's kind of like ashy in the sense that she's like burning alive.
You use this move. What does it look like?
So Sierra's skin glows way brighter than it normally does. Like she always has like a kind of soft glow, but when she's channeling this energy, she really just radiates. And kind of there's like a build of energy around her hand, and then it just kind of explodes in this wave of warm air, like hot air that just kind of like blows in your face. It doesn't like, it's not like smelly hot air. It's just like hot air, you know?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You actually feel some of the heat like rising from Naomi as this happens, as if some of the heat is like escaping her body, and that's what's helping in this moment. And her eyes like calm down a little bit. You can tell that her breathing is more normal. She still doesn't say anything, but you know with certainty that she will make it through this. She may have a lot of scars, but she's alive and she's stable.
I'm gonna kind of lay down in the grass next to Umiko and Naomi.
Fen, what are you doing?
Noticing that Umiko is very dry for some reason. Like full out.
Never happened before. You have never seen Umiko dry in the 1.5 weeks you've
I
known
look
her.
normal right now. I look normal.
Not for you.
Not for me. But
I'm gonna see like just pour a bit of like my own kind of like water skin. I imagine we brought like the supplies for a day out, included water.
Yeah.
Like mostly on her hands to see if that will like help. Because I mean she's like lying face down on the grass, but as long as she's not like having a hard time breathing, I don't really want to move her because I'm not sure what to do. And Ben's kind of like looking between Sierra and Umiko and Naomi and just like, I don't know what to do.
You feel this blast of warm air.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because You didn't actually see it happen the first time Sierra used her signature move. In fact, it was used on you.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what this is.
yeah, this is just like a burst of like hot wind, you know? And just like Sierra's leaning over Naomi and then suddenly like lays down in the grass next to the two of them.
We need to keep or stop laying down. This is a little much. Are you
I just
okay,
saved
Sierra?
someone's life. I'm exhausted.
Oh, okay. All right.
You don't know how much that takes out of me when using the Dynama like that. So exhausted.
All right, and I just kind of like pat her shoulder. Well done. And I'm looking kind of back the way we came to see how, like, if there's any trace of Skylar yet.
There's no trace of Skylar yet. But then again, Skylar was traveling on foot. How's that going for you, Skylar?
I think pretty rough, actually. Skylar had recently used her signature move, which leaves her exhausted. She then, I think, kind of fell down 2 flights of stairs, frantically healed a poor soul, had to deal with her sister, and now is walking, trudging as quickly as possible over to where she believes the edge of the decay is, but we're gonna be lucky if she doesn't get lost.
You hear footsteps coming up behind you after a few moments of traveling.
Oh, and she's gonna just look around and...
Mare is kind of jogging to catch up with you.
Oh, and she's gonna stop and kind of wait for him and be like, oh, thank God.
You're not okay.
I mean, I haven't been okay this whole time. I haven't been okay in like a week.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I haven't really either. Do you need anything? Where are we going?
I need to get over to the edge of the decay. I mean, like, everybody just ran over there. Crazy things were happening. Apparently Naomi went in, and God only knows if she's alive. Hopefully Sarah can do her woo thing again, but I could just use a shoulder, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And he kind of like looks down to make sure, because he has this like now cauterized wound, I guess, on his stomach on one side. So he kind of comes around to the handprint, Sierra's handprint. She's so helpful. Comes around to the other side so that he can like lift you up with his like good side, basically. And he just says, it's not gonna do any good if you can't help.
Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Just like take a nap here? We can move slowly, I guess. But I need to know what's going on. I don't like being in the dark.
Yeah. And he's like, trying to keep stride with you, but he's also trying to make sure that like he's not rushing you and that you don't feel like you can't keep up. But he's looking at you concerned for sure, even kind of after you try and like dismiss it.
And I think Skylar is probably pretty aware of the look. And she just kind of like ignores him and just keeps putting like one foot in front of the other. Maybe they'll send the reindeer back. Like
he just laughs. Yeah, that'd be nice. And the two of you keep kind of like moving slowly towards where you know the decay to be. Umiko, how are you feeling?
I think she's delirious. I don't think it's like serious dehydration. To her, I don't think she knows where she is. She sort of, if Fen stood there, you can hear, probably, I don't know whether it's audible or not, because her face is right down in the grass. It's probably like a muffling. But you do hear your name. You hear just like, Fen? Fen? Like, almost like questioning. And then you hear her say another name. You hear like, Hisashi, where did you go? I'm really thirsty. And she's probably still face down. You'll see her fingers twitching as if she's trying to move forward. Do I know of any water sources around here right now?
Well, I put some water like on your hands.
Yeah, that's why she's now kind of talking.
Okay. Fen's
Are you
gonna,
just like, you're just like reaching out and
Yeah,
like,
like, you know when you pat the ground like you're trying to find something?
There's my glasses.
I can't be seen without my glasses.
Now she's like kind of there. Fen's like, okay, you're. Can I move you? If you sit up a bit, I can give you some water.
Is there a river? What? I'm so thirsty.
Staring around, do I know if we passed any water along the way, or if there's anything nearby?
So, you know that somewhere between here and the encampment is the stream that Umiko typically hangs out in, but that's the closest body of water you're aware of.
Hmm.
And then you just hear again, like face down in the grass, just take my frog, please.
Okay. I'm gonna like peek in the little frog.
She's like, just take it. And she's like rolling her head to the side. Her eyes are still closed, but she's trying to make more sense.
All right. I'm sorry if this hurts, but you can't be face down on the ground anymore. So I'm just gonna like gently roll her over.
Let's see if she sort of rolls her over.
It'll be better, I promise.
Every part that touches the ground hurts.
That really hurt.
Yeah.
A lot. What is this?
You look real burned. You stare into the decay. I think you just walked into the like pit of doom over there.
No, I ran. I definitely ran.
Great, even more reckless.
He's just.
All right, I'm giving your frog some water, and then I need you to drink some, and then hopefully can you send your deer to find Skylar, maybe?
And you sort of hear a long pause, and she puts like her lips together, and it's just like a silent whistle because nothing comes out. There's nothing there. And she's like, oh, fuck. And then she just starts. She sort of goes to click her fingers, immediately puts her arm down. Run. Go find Skylar. She's used to whistling too much. And I'm assuming her whistle itself that she does have is completely ruined.
Currently.
Yeah.
So, Brund is familiar enough to know what you mean. And with a little bit of, like a brief moment of restless kind of pawing on the ground, he's worried and is reluctant to leave.
Yeah, she's like, oh, now, and then I get better.
He kind of lowers his head and trots off quickly back the way that he came. After a few moments, Sierra, you're starting to feel a little bit better.
Oh, okay. I like brush the dirt and the grass off of me. Fix my hair. Naomi,
Mm.
Okay, you're okay. At that point, I look towards Fen. Fen, if you would be so helpful as to assist me in bringing Naomi back to camp.
Yeah, maybe when all of us can walk.
Oh no, it's okay. I can walk. And she
No,
tries.
no, you can't. No,
She won't even get like there. It's just bang.
Oh, she's doing just fine. You see, she's already regaining her upper body strength.
It's just
Please, staring at Zero, just like, please.
Okay. Umiko, what happened out here?
oh, you know, Naomi was laying that way and very loosely like gestures towards the decay.
Now, what do you think you were doing in there, Naomi? Naomi!
Naomi's not responding to you.
Ah,
Naomi, how dare you, you young girl? Blah, blah, blah. She's not listening. Mostly because she's unconscious.
I don't think she can hear you, Sierra. Did you yell at me like that when I was out for like a day and a half? Or
You just hit him and go, I don't think she did.
okay, that's good.
I didn't treat you like that because
Oh.
you were not an imbecile that went running into the decay recklessly, and you were not a deserter either. So,
Mako is silent.
good in my book.
Deserter?
These two, on the other hand.
How do you figure she deserted us when she ran into the danger to save the person that we were looking after?
We were still being attacked by one of those
handled.
birds.
I handled it.
It just seems thoughtless.
Umiko, you
Very
can still
thoughtless.
hear all
Yeah,
of
I
this.
can. Yeah, Umiko lays there for a second. It's like, no, Sierra, we could always go back up the tower and do it again.
What?
I mean,
I don't know why you would suggest that. That is a horrible, rude, and disrespectful suggestion.
and Umiko starts to chuckle, but very quick. It's like, ow, ow. Her lungs feel really hot.
Some more water, please.
Okay.
Well, I hope you're happy. Both
I
of you.
am. Naomi's alive. I mean, you seem a little high-strung for not running into the decay.
We were just... in case you don't remember, maybe it was, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, we were on the top of a tower and were attacked by a flock of angry robot birds that wanted to kill us and knock us off the side and watch us fall all the way from the top to the bottom.
I know, I broke one.
You
So-
hear at this point, why is the soul whisperer not whispering?
She's actually quite loud. I feel her name is ironic. Umako takes another sip of water.
Sierra will lay back down in the grass.
You just hit, there we go.
I think after, like, we've been sitting here for a few minutes, the plants are probably growing around me a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Are you staying still?
For now,
Yeah.
Do I see this? Do I see the flowers?
Yeah, they're kind of tendrils of grass that are now growing up Fen's arm as they're kind of sitting and leaning over you.
And Umako sort of looks at Fen looks at these vines. I think I dropped my whistle just over there. Can you go just have a look? You can come back afterwards and just go have a look for me.
Sure. I'm noticing now. I'm just like, okay. And goes looking for the
There's no whistle. The whistle is round her neck, but she wants you to.
Yeah, I don't notice this, and I'm looking for a thing that I'm not actually familiar with. Like, what did it look like?
It's whistle shaped.
That's
pull
not
away.
very specific.
It's okay. It's
From-
okay. Oh no, it's here. It's
What?
here. It's okay.
But when you pull away from the grass, it reluctantly lets you go and kind of shrinks back to its original position, freeing you for a few moments as you go and look for the whistle. Sierra, you can see that Naomi's eyes are slightly open. They're really just like slits, like she's barely looking at you. But her eyelids are fluttering.
While I'm still like laying in the grass and like I'm just kind of like looking at her from the side, I'm gonna kind of like whisper to her, assuming that she can't really hear me or understand me at that point. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything about this. I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. I knew it. And then I'm gonna lay my head back in the grass again, just like close my eyes.
She says, "The whispering's better, but now I don't know what you're saying." And she just kind of like turns her head slightly the other way and just lets her eyes close more fully again. Skylar, you hear hoofs against concrete not long before you see Brund running up the street towards you.
Never
And
thought I'd be
Mare
this excited to
just-
see the damn reindeer.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, you called that one.
Ugh.
Are you okay to get up? Here, let me. And he like kind of like leans down to basically make a step for you with his knee.
Oh, I mean, I don't. And she goes to like stop, and then she like stumbles. And it's like, oh, maybe I do need the help. Okay, yeah, and she leans into Brund while she's getting the leg up, and she's like, "Now, don't do that thing like last time. I don't. No more of that super runny or anything."
Brun just like tosses his antlers.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Once you're up on Brund, Mare just kind of is like, do you mind if I come too, or?
No, of course you should come. What are you? Don't be ridiculous. Get up.
Okay. he realizes that this is going to be harder now too, that you've gotten up, because his side is still hurting, but he's able to kind of, after some like awkward maneuvering, get one leg up and like slide onto Brun's back behind you, and Brun begins trotting off again.
She's like,
He does
hold
seem
on,
to sense
hold
that
on.
you're like both not 100%.
And Skylar's just trying to remember what Umiko said about like, do I not touch the hair or the antlers or his neck? I don't remember. I'm just gonna squeeze really tight. Don't be, oh god, why am I back on this reindeer? And just be like, well, I mean at least it came, it's like they hurt us or something. And she's just gonna try for her life to hold on.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, just wait till he decides to go faster.
Did he do that?
I I didn't do it. Umiko did it. She like smacked him on the rear and made me, and then I fell off. It was really. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at Umiko, not you.
I mean, don't you think that was kind of mean? I was trying to be nice, and she like reindeered me. I don't know.
No, it's reindeered, and he just laughs again.
And she kind of like crosses her arms like Huffy.
No, that's reindeered. and Brund trots quickly back. It's not nearly as bad as the time that you had to hold on for dear life, but it is still jarring. It's still an experience. After a few minutes, you recognize the shapes of your friends as Brund approaches the edge of the decay.
Fen's been like pacing almost like corn dog style. Just like everybody's laying down. Someone needs to keep an eye out. They're sassing each other, so they're probably okay.
Can Skylar tell that nobody's dead?
From where you are?
Okay, Brund,
Maybe like just like a Brooks check real fast, like a quick insight challenge check.
Mind you, Sierra is probably like looks like very like probably looks like she's playing dead. Like she's like like laying on the grass like, oh no, like like that kind of thing, because she's so stressed, and that's how he deals with it.
I'm gonna re-roll that since I have the stack of re-rolls from the gods.
Yeah.
It's just okay.
Okay. With 1, 2, that is a success. So you're able to just kind of tell probably Sierra looks a little bit dead, Naomi looks a little bit dead, and Umiko looks a little bit dead, but you kind of think that Finn would look different if they all were, so it's probably okay.
I mean, nobody's
just all
crying.
look dead. Yes,
A little bit dead.
Only a little bit. It's fine.
they're only mostly dead. Or 3 of them.
So then Skylar's
Just imagining Fen sitting with these 3 dead bodies.
Yeah, it's just like, it's okay, guys. I got this. It's fine.
Everything's okay.
No breathing, no problem.
And as you get closer, Brund slows to a stop closest to Umiko. Mare slides off first and offers you a hand.
I think Skylar like takes it, but she's probably never. It's probably been a very long time since someone has been this gracious towards her, I guess. So she's a little confused, but she's like, "Oh, okay."
And he helps you off, making sure that you've kind of got your footing. You're feeling a little bit better, just having not had to expend as much energy as walking was taking. Even though riding Brund is still a little bit consuming of your energy, it was better. That's helped.
And Skylar's gonna remember that one of those boys was she just fixed a stab wound, not a burn wound. And she's gonna immediately kind of like look around in the surrounding areas to see if she sees anything like people or red scarves.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna have you do 2 things. I'm gonna have you roll me a Constitution check, really simple, just to see how you are feeling post your signature move, and then also another a perception check, just to kind of see what you can find.
So for the Constitution, what am I looking for? And the Perception, what I'm looking for?
So for Constitution, you'll be looking for 4s or 6s for stones. And then for the Perception, you'll be looking for 3s or 6s for gales.
Okay. So I'm going to re-roll that first one. That was not a 4 or a 6. Neither was that. Okay. I'm just going to take the hit that I'm not doing great.
Okay, yeah. You're just still very tired. It's even, like, riding... I would say I'm wanting to use the term horseback, even though Brund is not a horse. It's still tiring, right? Like, it still takes a lot of energy. So even still, and for you, it also took some anxiety. So that it's not as restful as it could have been.
And then I did get 3 on my perception.
Yes. Okay, so with that 3, you are able to see several bodies. The first one that kind of catches your eye is actually out in the decay. It is definitely a body. You recognize the red and the black and the bandages. It's a very small framed person. They are far out and non-responsive. But you do see 2 other bodies similar to that one, lying not far away.
As she's kind of getting help off the deer, she's gonna call it. Ben!
Yeah,
are they alive?
Our people are, and they're, I wouldn't say great, but okay for now.
She'll start kind of making sure that she's nearby.
Sierra also responds and is like, "Ugh, we're alive somehow."
Well, lucky you, because one of those boys got stabbed.
Stabbed?
Yeah. The one who I fixed up back there, the one who came that you saw, it wasn't a burn.
Are you sure they didn't just run into the decay like Naomi over here?
Oh my god, you think I know the difference between like a stab wound and like a burn wound? I mean, maybe.
Well, if you're certain, then we should probably be.
Yes, I'm certain.
Wary.
Mare has kind of gone over to some of the bodies on this edge of the decay, and slowly bends down and picks up a knife and like this kind of stab wound.
I had to do it.
He looks at it, and it's kind of like it's curved a little bit. It's not very well made, but it's something, and it could still hurt if it hit right. And he kind of like starts investigating the other bodies as well, but does not seem to want to go into the decay.
Smart. One of us has some sense of self-preservation.
I'm getting the feeling that maybe we should get back to encampment as soon as we can.
Where'd they come from? They don't just appear out of thin air. We saw them running by. They had to have known there was something to follow or a direction to go.
Are you in fighting condition?
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not.
I don't think the rest of us are. Sorry, I
It's
didn't
not
hear
an
you.
easy check back. It's not an easy
What
check
are we
back.
fighting?
I mean, I'm not. All I'm saying is we may, while we're here, see something if we keep a lookout.
I am placing my trust in you, Fen.
Thanks.
If I die out here, it's your fault.
Well, I mean, I did carry you up that tower, so twice today.
That's true. I also brought you back from the dead.
Oh.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Mare brings over like 5 crudely crafted weapons and just kind of like drops them on the ground. He's like, these are what I found on them.
Raid!
Hello, readers.
Hi, Raid, welcome.
Does this weapon look like it could have easily caused that wound?
Yeah, there are several of them, but yes, several of these could have caused the wound that you tended.
It's a long way back, guys. I don't know if we're in any condition to try and just hoof it back there. We can't all ride wound. But let me take a look at you. Oh. And she's just gonna look over everyone. But she's also gonna get a look at the bodies too and see if she can figure out why they're bodies. Like, did they run into the decay and die, or did somebody stab back?
Yeah.
Yeah, what killed these people?
Yeah, can you roll me an investigation check, please? That's gonna be Flame's challenge, actually, so let's say a challenge of 2.
Could I help? I'm checking
Sure,
them
what are
out
you trying
too.
to do? Kelly, you're also a Flames character, so you get an additional die.
Oh, that's true.
Check first. You said check first, and so I started rolling a check. But it's,
I did say check, and then I corrected it, so... my bad. I need to start making you roll challenges, or else I'm never going to get through all these rerolls.
I think what I'm trying to do is just like help either move bodies, like if Skylar wants to get a better look at a certain angle or certain anything, I can help her inspect better.
Can I also use my like Dynama sense, since I know what the evil Dynama looks like? Basically, I know this like angry red.
I think for what you're looking for specifically, the Dynama is not going to help you a ton. We've kind of talked about like once you have a general diagnosis, you can use the Dynama to further that, but as like a preliminary thing.
Then can I just use my like general medicine knowledge then?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'll get 2 more.
Moko is gonna start dragging herself to Brun. Like just not very fast.
Quickly.
You don't have to drag yourself very far. Brund came to you. Like, he's not far from you.
Yeah, and she's talking to him. She's like, "You see that one?" And she points over at Naomi. Very like, "You need to carry that one."
Ouch. Okay. Huh. Do you want to re-roll this, Kelly?
Yes. Oh.
Huh.
Can I re-roll that one too? I don't want secondhand burns. Okay, that's better.
There we go.
That is a lot better. And yeah, I was going to have to get very creative to get you some strikes from that.
You get a splinter from their armor.
Yeah, I like tripped and fell in the woods and broke my arm.
Flies.
Mark a wound. Yes, that'll work. As you kind of turn these people over and begin to investigate, you can tell that they were killed by weapons. Similar to the knives, but maybe not as crudely made.
Do the teenagers in town have, like, usually carry weapons? Like, has Skylar seen them carry things?
You haven't seen them carry things, but you also know that they got it in their mind that they were going to go find a cult. So
They do go hunting. I'm sure they know how to use them.
yeah, Jaden has been out with the patrols several times before and had weapons when he did that, so.
What do you think?
We have no idea how many of them there are.
Mari, you see anything out there? It's just like, I don't know what he's doing right now, but if he was walking around just like keeping an eye out.
If we're going to try to find their camp, if that is what we are in fact trying to do, then maybe we should be a little bit more subtle about it, so as to not attract the wrath of a cult of infected peoples.
Yeah, looking between you and himself. I don't know if we're the subtle sort.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
At the very least, if we stay here, we should find something better than... Mari, like, points to the decay.
Yeah.
And...
Not real homey, that.
We can go back a little ways and stay in one of the buildings that we'd stayed in before.
Yeah.
I don't remember how far they are. My sense of direction currently is not great.
We're not too far.
Good thinking, Skylar.
I have good ideas, often.
You do.
Oh, thank you.
All of you can see in the decay the machines patrolling on the horizon. And the huge machine that you saw on your last visit out here, your research visit, if you will, seems to loom a little bit closer than it was yesterday. Or 2 days ago. Whenever it was.
At that point, I'm gonna try to, like, lift Naomi, like, kind of do, like, the shoulder support type situation.
Gonna, like, watch for half a second and then help.
And, like, yeah, no, like, I'm probably, like, fumbling and, like, I'm like, ugh. And, like, at one point, like, I might drop the body on top of me.
No.
Noises.
Somebody. I can't breathe. It smells like charred flesh. This is gonna be in my hair for weeks.
Omako started, like, not climbing to get on Bryn, but trying to use him to help her get up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll me a stones challenge to see how you're doing and if you're up to standing. This will be a stones challenge of 2.
Yeah, that's what I got. Can I overroll the 6 again?
You
can't I?
can roll the 6 again. Okay, so no real luck. You do kind of get, like, halfway up, right? And then, like, your leg kind of gives out and you're like, oh, shoot, not there yet. Nope, I'm going to stay here now.
A sort of stand, leg goes. She tries to hold on to the top of Bryn, but he's too tall. So she sort of drags through him and falls down onto her knees. It's just like, like, because her knees.
Would you people stop falling down?
I'm really trying, like holding onto her hands, but still just, like weak, like shoulders slumped.
Yeah, I don't think we as a unit are really in any shape to be looking. I just put the idea out there. It's Skylar. I don't know how much you're up to. You and Maya's out away from camp. Probably be easier if we were back there.
Yeah, I mean, if we can, isn't it several hours back to camp? I don't know if we're gonna make it, guys. I think if we can get just some cover, I can maybe take a look at everybody and try and get us back into working order at least, and then see what we can find.
Right.
It's
Just
gonna
hit him
be
a cup.
long.
I feel fine.
You're not fine.
Like, down, like hands on her knees.
Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
Someone gonna help me get out of here.
Yeah, eventually. Mari,
Yeah.
can you help us find the place? I think several of us are going to be occupied with people duty.
Yeah. Do you need me to get anyone or just kind of like see what I can find and come back?
Water. Please bring me back some water.
Water, okay.
Water. Lots of water.
Okay. I can be back in a few minutes as quickly as I can.
All right.
He kind of ducks off and back towards the direction, not quite the city proper that you came from, where the tall building, the skyscraper, if you will, that you were on earlier was, but a little bit off to the left where you see some of those shorter homes like the one that you stayed in before. And he ducks off that direction to go see what he can find.
All right. In the meantime, I think I'm going to try and get folks up on Bryn. And we can at least start making our way slowly in that direction. I'm sure he could see us.
And I think Skylar would try to help, but she's a little short. She might struggle a little bit. She does seem to have a little bit more energy, having gotten a break from being on her feet.
I got it. It's all right. I think we decided like 2 people can fit on Bryn. I think.
Yes, 2
Yeah,
adults.
two
is
All
what we
right. So probably Naomi and Eriko, we can all walk. Sierra, I can give you a shoulder. At least.
I'll be fine. I'll be
You
okay.
sure?
Yeah.
You did an
No,
awful
it's
lot
hard.
of running for a little while, but
No, it's hard, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
I appreciate your
Sierra's just fine.
sacrifice.
Like she's just like, I'll be okay. I'll get through this.
All right.
While we're helping Umiko and Naomi get on to Brund, I'll make like a conscious effort to like kind of, as I'm helping Umiko up, like support her hand. You know, with my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and Demiko's not even thinking either, so.
Yes. Okay. So you support Umiko, and Alice, can you describe a short scene that Sierra sees as her skin touches yours?
As you touch like very bad skin on skin. It's like a flash, and more than anything, you can hear heavy breathing, like running. And there is a child, probably about 6 years old. Izumiko, she looks at, and she is running in the dark. And she is running, shouting for Brun. Just sort of, what? Where did you go? Like, sort of shouting and yelling. And she's got tears down her face, like she's been crying. And she sounds so tired, and she keeps shouting the name Hisashi, yelling, like screaming, until she comes to almost like a bay, not a beach, but like a gravel dirt path in front of a lake. And she looks down at her hands that are covered in like cuts and scrapes, and maybe like a little bit bloodied, but you can see it's where these sort of trousers are ripped at the knee, and she sort of cut her knee, and she looks like she's been through the wars and running. And she is panicking. She's freaking out. She keeps calling both for Brund and both for this Dashi. And she hears something behind her, but she turns and there's nothing there. But it's like the trees snap, twigs snap, and she's jumpy. And she quickly wades into the water and ducks under, peering out just a little bit. She thinks she sees someone run in the darkness. She's too scared to come out of the water and just ducks back under.
Noted.
You're able to somewhat help her up onto Bryn's back, though. From a practical standpoint, not from a psychic vision standpoint.
She's like, oh, thank you.
And I'll kind of like gently like rub Umiko's leg a little bit, like as she's on Bryn. Just like,
ow. She like looks down. Thank you. Ow.
Of course. You know, people have actually told me I'm a great masseuse, so if you ever want a leg massage, you know, sometimes the pain, it helps loosen the muscles.
Maybe when she's not covered in burns.
Finn is so stressed.
Like, I'll kind of go like this towards Umiko, like thinking that like now we have like some kind of connection, even though Umiko has no idea what I just saw. I'm like,
it's completely
Fen,
one-sided.
Don't you think Fen is a little bit of a Debbie Downer?
And Umiko stares at you, just like,
am I right?
I would like to find the river now. But
oh yeah.
Thank you for the hand up.
Of course. Anytime.
And there's like that really weak smile, and then she'll just like lay down on Bryn, like put her head on top of his head and just lay there.
I kind of like well, I'd like to ask, I suppose, the other two, just like keep like an eye out for our two friends who are not really well balanced at the moment. Like keep them from falling off, and I'm gonna look for shelter.
Yeah, if you want to roll me kind of an investigation challenge here of 2.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Mare yet as you kind of like slowly make your way into this neighborhood. That'll be for looking for flames, which is 5s, or weaves for those 6s.
Okay. Can I use the background of... Let me see if I can find the exact one, but I remember there was one about knowing what's useful in ruins. Oh, yeah. In the walls, like it or not, are familiar enough with ruins to know your way around them and what in them might be useful.
Yes, absolutely. I think that is the perfect time to use this.
Okay. So that would be 4. Nice!
Heck yeah! Don't even need to use some reroll. Yeah, you're rocking it. For sure. You're able to find something pretty quickly. It's a house similar to the one that you stayed in a few days ago now, about a week ago. It's a single story, but it's mostly intact, and that's more than you can say for a lot of the other buildings in the area. The door takes a little bit of work to get open. It's stuck or locked. But after a few moments, you see Mare coming back up the road towards you.
Just kind of wave him over and do I get the door open though, or will I have to?
Yeah, it just sticks a little bit,
okay.
but it's enough. You can get it open.
Okay. If I peek inside, is there like space for all of us? At least to like sleep for the night.
Yeah, so first thing you see is kind of there's like a little hallway with a door off to the right and a door off to the left. But you can see that there seems to be space. You don't know how comfortable it is yet, but it is completely covered. The roof is intact, the walls are intact. Even most of the windows seem to be intact on this one, though you can't see through them hardly at all.
Mm-hmm. Does it seem to have been disturbed at all recently? Like anybody coming through here?
Roll me a perception check. Looking for 3s or 6s.
Nah.
It doesn't seem to be disturbed.
All right. Well, I think this will do for what we need, at least for rest. Is there anything? Well, once we get people down, is there anything I should try and find, Skylar, that would help? I think we have like rations and stuff that would be enough for the night. But if I can help at all.
Oh, well, Mare like holds up a rabbit.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, I didn't find water. I'm sorry, but I thought maybe this would be good. For now, I can keep looking. I'm sorry I didn't find anything, Yumiko.
It's okay. And she's almost like fairly delirious. Without water, it's like she's drunk. Not super drunk, but like, I mean, like she just isn't quite with it.
Alright, well, can at least get a fire going outside, cook this up, and keep an eye out. I don't think we should keep it going as like give our position away sort of thing if anyone's out hunting.
If we can make fast work of it, that'll be best.
I can try and start looking at some of these burned wounds on everybody. I still have stuff left over from the other day. I can probably help get us so that we can at least either look around or make it back to camp in the morning.
I'll assist you however you need assistance, Skylar.
Mare kind of ducks into the house, going a little bit further in.
Mako starts to slide off of Bryn, like just
Yeah, I'm gonna help people down at this point.
Ow, 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 as you sort of like help her down.
Yeah.
And just instinctively she starts trying to drag Naomi.
No, hang on. One at a time. I think that'll end poorly for both of you.
You want me
Mare,
to slide?
sorry, what did you say, Alice?
Said, "Do you want me to go inside?"
We're getting there.
I'll go inside. She starts to shuffle.
I haven't let go of you.
Mare pokes his head out of a room somewhat down the hall and just says, "Hey, Fen, there's actually an intact bed in here."
A bed. Did someone say a bed?
For the injured Sierra. For the
Of course. That's what I meant. That's what I was. Would you assume that I was?
Yes. I'm helping. I'm gonna go further into the house.
Fen,
Is that enough?
how rude.
And Omako again, like I said, not drunkenly. She's almost like, we need to, like, it's almost like really tired, like when a toddler needs to go to sleep. It's like, we need to get Naomi off of the reindeer. Brun! We need to get Naomi off of Brun. And we need to, that bed thing, quick before Sierra gets into it.
Look, I'm already being helpful over here as I'm trying to slip Naomi off of Brund.
Halfway down the hall, and it's just like nodding along, like, yeah, well, that's good, yeah.
Not with it, like, okay.
Look, I'm being helpful.
Doing great. It's a good look.
I was about to say that.
Squad. So how do you all set up?
Once folks are on bed, which I hope fits both of them in like a
Yeah, it's big enough.
like scrunched together because that would be uncomfortable.
No, it's pretty full-sized bed.
Family size.
With 3 in the bed.
I think Fen's mostly preoccupied with cooking and keeping an eye out and trying to get that done as quickly as possible.
I mean, I think Skylar has looked around the house to see if she could find any of those, like, blankets and things that they found last place.
Okay, yeah. Roll me an investigation challenge to see what you can find. That'll be for Flames, challenge of 2, pretty easy, but we'll see how much you can come up with for your companions.
I'm probably also helping Skylar with that, because I said I would help Skylar with whatever she needed. So.
And Skylar is very much taking the opportunity, like, no, look over there. Okay, now look over there. Now, what about that closet back there? Like, looking behind that door.
Okay, yeah, so that's assistance. Wow. We hit our follower goal, so I'm gonna roll more things.
And I think that's 3 successes.
That is 3 successes. So first thing, you absolutely find some blankets. They're old, they have like the little like mothballs kind of on them, but they're warm, they're something. And they'll add some cushion. You also find a number of things, including like plates and cutlery, like these really nice pieces of silverware that are old but still kind of beautiful with like etchings in the handles. You find a tub in one room.
Like one you could fill with water.
Like one you could fill with water. And there's like kind of a contraption on it. Like there's like a
Twisty things.
yeah, like little twisty things.
She's gonna fiddle with the twisty things.
Yeah, you hear this like sputtering and puttering, and suddenly water starts to like spit out of this little doohickey.
What thingamajig?
Describing a world that we know, but you don't, is so hard.
And Skylar's immediately gonna go, Fen! Fen!
What? From outside? Like, what?
I found
Mari,
water!
I got this. And he kind of takes over cooking, so you can go.
Thanks. I went inside and was like peeking this little room.
She's like, water!
Dad.
Does Umiko want a river? I mean, it's not a river, but it's like water, and there's like a thing to sit in.
Huh.
I can't carry her over here.
Well, yeah. She awake?
I think
Umiko?
she's kind of asleep, but I think she would have like dozed off, but
Okay.
again, more in and out of it rather than actual sleeping.
Alright. I just kind of like, as gently as possible, just like touch her shoulder and just be like, hey,
Like,
we've
ow.
got
And she almost bolts upright, but
whoa.
you've got water?
Yeah.
And she reached out and grabbed her. I was like, did you put the frog in it?
We're about to. We just found the water. I thought I'd tell you first.
Okay, we need to put the frog in it. And she tries to start getting up. Okay, where is the water?
If you're looking to get up,
Yes.
I'll help you.
Ow.
Yeah.
Where's the river? Where is
It's over here. Our fancy indoor river.
indoor? Oh, tree.
At that
Real
point,
special.
I'll probably come up to Umiko from like the other side, and I'll be like, "So, have you ever been to a hot spring before?"
No. Why would I want to get in a hot spring?
People have found it very relaxing.
And she looks down at her skin like I don't want one right now. Is that hot water? Hot water? Like you boiled it over a fire?
And like I'll like heat my hands up a little bit, so you can like see like the distorted air around my hands from the.
Is it hot?
I
don't
can
think
make it
that's water.
so.
Don't. Maybe.
I don't want you to cook me.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be relaxing for you, and I just wanted to be helpful, but you're probably right. It was a silly idea.
No. And she sort of reaches out to stroke you, even like with just like a finger because it hurts. It's just like maybe when I'm not like this, you take me to a hot spring, whatever that is.
Deal.
I'm going to get in the inside river now.
Shake on it.
No. I'm holding back her hands like they hurt. And then she turns
I'm just teasing. That was just a joke.
and she looks,
That was probably the first time you heard Sierra laugh.
yeah. And if anything, it scares him.
Oh yeah, it's so terrifying. It scares me.
It's like,
Huh.
All right, we're going this way now.
Can I have my frog?
It's back here.
And she like holds her hands out, and there is literally droplets of water forming in her hands as you hold it
Okay.
out for the frog.
Okay. I think the frog has just like been in the little like water skin or container of sorts. Like we put a bit more water in there, and it's just been hanging out in there like beside you or something this whole time, like on a
Yeah,
table.
she's
I don't
not
know.
aware of it at all.
Yeah. So I'm just like move into hand, just like
Okay.
gently dump him out.
Yeah,
on your
but she'll take it and let you guide her,
hand.
and then look at this thing filling up with water, like a very small river, more like a pond. A pond! She looks down at the frog and starts to climb in.
As long as she's not falling over, I'm not gonna stop anything.
Yeah, no, she's just like she'll probably not slip over, but you can see her feet go, because I'm assuming it's a very smooth surface.
Yeah,
Rather than-
porcelain type thing.
Dirt. But she'll probably, when she sits down, it will be like a woof of like this water in this whip, and she just opens up this container or water skin and lets the frog out and just lays back into this bath, just so the top of her face is like, she's like, this is so nice, thank you.
It's cool. It's a miracle the water pump worked, but the water heater does not. So it's just like ice cold water, but it feels amazing.
Yeah, she just like, she literally closes her eyes, she has a smile on her face, and that is how she stays. And you could probably hear she just starts breathing, like she's not as heavy breathing anymore. She's just like it's like her shoulders relax a little bit, everything just calms down.
Like visibly relieved and just turned to Skylar. Just like,
Yeah. Skylar just kind of like smacks Fen on the arm. See, it was a great idea.
yeah, thanks for finding this. Gosh, it's amazing. It still works.
Yeah, I know. I know.
When
I don't know why they have mini ponds in their houses, but like the knobby things worked, and that was pretty cool.
you just hear from this bath, like, when we build a house, can we have an indoor river? Please?
See what we can do. I don't know how to build one of these, but I don't know. We can bring one with us.
We take
Not now, but
she's like, just eyes still closed, just nodding.
all right. I don't know. Since she seems settled, I'm gonna head back out.
She'll fall asleep. She will fall asleep in this. That might be terrifying to some people. I mean, only Fen knows that she can breathe underwater. She slips under the surface.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone else is there right now. A few minutes later, Mare walks in, like, with just cooked rabbit, which smells pretty good. Umiko's asleep and in the tub. Kelly, what is Skylar up to?
I think after Umiko had been tubbed in,
So pure.
I'm glad other people enjoyed when I try to be funny. I think Skylar would just be kind of watching over Naomi and seeing if there's anything that she can do to kind of. She knows that she can't cure the burns, but maybe to treat them, help them not scar, take away some of the pain, that kind of thing.
Okay, and you had some resources on you already, salves and herbs, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's make this a Flames challenge. We're going to go ahead and make it a challenge of 3 because this is the first time you've dealt with the decay, which is a little bit different and unusual to normal burns, but you do have a number of resources on hand, and Naomi is stable, so it won't be any harder than that.
So can I use not death stay, so magic stops when magic stops, healers step in, so I know how to treat illnesses and wounds.
Okay.
And since I'm also using kind of what we've had on hand, I also have deadly herbs, so I know what plants can harm and heal, and can combine them for varying effects.
Yeah.
Can I use both of those? Okay, and then I'm also it's a flames challenge, right?
Yes.
And so I'm also a flames character.
Perfect. So 6 dice.
That's not what I wanted. Right? Hold on. Let's re-roll that. Mistyped. There we go. Jesus.
Okay. Dang. 65. Sorry. Okay, 66. Yeah, okay. So, per the rules of Weave, this is 2 above at least what you needed to succeed on the challenge. So, that makes it an epic success. Kelly, what happens?
I think Skylar is still tapped into the Dynama in a way, in that special kind of way from before. She has all this nervous energy, and she's been writing ever since she kind of used it so much previously. And somehow that extra power has gotten weaved into the solves that she's making. It's kind of like trickles into it in a way that she didn't know that she could do before. And so when she applies this salve, it works. It does what it's supposed to do, but just with so much extra speed and efficiency. And there may even be spots where the burns are less severe, where they actually look healed. Not all the way, but in those spaces where it is gentler, not only is she kind of taking away the pain, but you can actually see it start to knit back together.
Yeah, some of that cracked skin is already starting to heal, where before it looked raw and oozy. It's now looking smoother and healthier.
And I think at first Skylar doesn't really make anything of this. Like she's busy and she's distracted, and there's a lot of work to be done. But as she'll kind of turn away at one point, and then she'll turn back, kind of with fresh eyes, and see, and just be a little like shocked, because she was not expecting to be able to do anything else more than kind of ease the pain.
You can like feel the Dynama at your fingertips in the salve as you rub it onto Naomi's skin.
And she just like looks down at her hands, and she's shocked a little bit, and she's almost nervous. Like she's seen people do really incredible things with the Dynama. She's sought them out even. But to actually be kind of doing these things herself in a moment that isn't under pure panic is a little concerning to her. And if Sierra is still helping, she may notice Skylar's kind of posture shift from kind of her usual kind of mechanical almost confidence when working with her kit to something more cautious.
Sierra, do you notice? What are you doing?
Sierra's probably like just like standing by, like waiting for orders, like if Skylar needed me to like pass her a salve or like a tool or something. But when she sees Skylar's posture shift, Skylar, what's going on? You seem shaken.
I don't know. Will you look at her? Is it just me, or do some of these not so bad spots look really not so bad?
I'm gonna like kind of like take a look at the not so bad spots. Oh, that is unusual to say the least. Did you do some Dynama thing to make it heal faster or something of the sort?
I mean, maybe. It feels like I did, but I didn't do it on purpose. I was doing what I always do. But I've been using the Dynama so much lately. I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm being completely honest. Strange occurrences with the Dynama have happened to me recently too, where I've noticed my powers increasing. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was happening to all of us who are connected to the Dynama. Now, if this has anything to do with the other strange anomalies we've been seeing in the Dynama, then maybe it's a cause for concern, but for now, it seems to be working in our favor. So, good job. Congratulations, Skylar. You're Although this does make me reconsider our deal, because you were supposed to be the expert, and this seems very unexpertful.
Okay, now listen here. I make you bonus sparkles.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just glad that we're all alive at this point.
Dinner's ready.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Mare has like served out little portions of meat on all of these like plates that Skylar found earlier when she was just going through like cabinets and closets, and has set the table with this really fancy silverware.
Wow, Mare, this is lovely.
Well, make the most of what you can, right?
I feel like a queen.
I feel like Sierra would sit at the head of the table.
And she does. And she's like...
Mare hands her plate first.
Sorry, I got muted for a
It
second.
got very quiet for a second.
Yeah, no, I got muted. I
napkin.
accidentally pushed the mute button. Thank you very much, Mare.
Mm-hmm.
How's your and I point to his stomach.
Oh. Okay. He does not look at you after you ask that. And then he pulls out like a little bowl. It has a little spoon in it. He said, I found some, it's like salt. If you want it, and puts the bowl in the middle of the table. Might give it a little bit more flavor.
Much appreciated, Mare.
This is so fancy.
Yeah.
I don't really know. What is this silverware like? I don't understand.
You poke it with the pointy end.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but it's all fancy and stuff.
Right, but you have used a fork before.
I've used a fork before. I'm not a heathen. It's just, but I've never seen
Just
one.
checking.
I mean, I've used like wood ones or cheap metal ones, not fancy looking ones. Mine are all like uneven and stuff.
Yeah, you find stuff like this in the older places. Some people collect them.
The ones before us had very refined taste. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure this rabbit's gonna suit your refined tastes, but it's something.
At this point, it's been a long day, and I'll have whatever you've got. Should we get Umiko?
Sleep.
I mean, maybe we should just save her something to eat.
Yeah, it'll keep.
Yeah, I'll set some aside for her, and maybe some for Naomi too. Not sure if she'll be up to it, but you never know.
I'm feeling optimistic that Naomi will be feeling a little bit better in the morning. Maybe she'll even wake up.
Good. That's really good. Did something happen?
No, I'm just really good at what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can speak to that. Kind of like puts his hand over the handprint on his stomach that you can't see, but you know is there, and then draws it away again.
Can I even imagine that maybe there's this like perfectly stitched up thing on the other side, and it's like comparing, like you can compare this like big old hand to like this tiny scar.
Yeah, something like that. This meal is not bad. It's it's basic for what you could find camping out in a house near the decay, but it's food and it's good.
I have to say, I'm upset that we couldn't do something for Naomi before she ran into the decay, and I told you about the vision that I had, and here we are. And I just can't help but feel that if we had made a more focused effort, or if I had made a more focused effort, or things could have gone differently. And now this is the second time. I'm sorry, I'm rambling at the dinner table. This is inappropriate. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't making a scene.
I mean, if there's anybody here that's an expert in making a scene, I think it would be moi. did the best we could. You did the best you could. There's no way we could have known. And those kids were gonna run out there the second somebody wasn't watching them. If it wasn't gonna be today, it would be tomorrow. And Naomi's the type to run after them. We couldn't have done anything more than we did, and she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I guess she will be okay thanks to your skills with the Dynama. But
And yours.
I just thanks, Fen. I don't know. I don't know.
For as much as I brag about what I can do, there's 2 people here that wouldn't be alive without you. And I think that's worth a lot more than some herbs. I mean,
That's a good
how many
point.
people how many people can say that they've saved not 1 but 2 people from the brink of death? I think that earns your Soul Whisperer title more than any visions you can get.
You know what? That's true, and that does make me feel a little bit better. I just hope that if in the future I have any more of these visions, that I hope that our fate isn't fixed I hope that there's always a chance for us to change our fate.
This is really deep dinner conversation.
Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seat.
I don't know. I guess that I've always thought I'd make my own way, right? And maybe fate has some control over that. Maybe God, and maybe I'm fated to die by a mech attack tomorrow. I don't know, but
Oh, don't say that, Mara.
okay, yeah, I mean, honestly, I was ready to die in Mellowary, but I didn't. Somehow, by some miracle of the Dynama, we all ended up here, right? And I've just got to believe that if I continue doing what I can and helping however I can, and as you have so helpfully put it so many times, Sierra, trying to save the world, I'm making my own way. I don't know if there's a fate. I don't know if there's something waiting for me, but I'm gonna take the cards that I've been dealt and play them with the best hand I have. And if fate plays cards back, well, game on.
I'm gonna hold out my deck of tarot cards for Mari to pick a card.
Okay, yeah. He kind of laughs at that because that's a very good timing, and he'll draw a card.
Do I just I don't know what the cards
I've
are.
never done this before.
Yeah.
So, let's say
Pick one from the Weave deck.
I'm actually going to pick one from the Weave deck.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I'm going to let you interpret it
Okay.
as your character, me. So we're going to go ahead and say we're just going to pick from the story cards, which would technically resemble the major arcana, but the mountain.
Mountain. Oh, interesting. Mare. just know that no matter what problems you endeavor or you take on, whatever goals you take on, whether it's saving the world or getting back to your sister, it may be a struggle to get to the top. It will be a long, hard journey, and you'll have all of us to support you on your way there. But once you get there, it's going to be a beautiful view, and you'll see the future ahead of you, and it will be a bright one. So if there is a fate, then that is yours, Mare, and do with that what you will.
I guess I have a mountain to climb.
Not alone.
I'm glad for that. You know, it's been hard thinking about my family, so I haven't done it much. I don't think Magda has either. That's probably why she's not been around much lately, going on patrols and stuff. I mean, it's hard to think about our dad being dead. But we used to have family dinners. Me, Magda, Dad, and Za. We'd talk genuinely about things that were going on, things that we're thinking. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit presumptuous of me, but it feels a little bit like a family dinner. And for the past couple of days since seeing the ruins of Mellowary through whatever thing Skylar did with the Dynama, that's not something I thought I'd ever have again. So.
Well, the food's getting cold, so.
Yeah. And he kind of tucks into his food. Umiko, are you still sleeping?
No, she's awake now. She's propped herself up in the water, probably feeling a lot better. And just with her finger, she's getting the water to sort of just dive in and out, like making almost like little water hoops so that the frog can try jump through them. She's sort of trying to entice him through them.
Yeah, I think that the frog kind of like swims a little bit and like will do a little like plop through the water. You do smell food from the other room and hear voices talking over the dinner table.
That's what woke her up. She smelled the food and she sort of sat up briefly. She still hurts and she still aches, but she feels much better, and probably just with her hand on each side, she'll probably...
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm back.
And then there were 3.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay, hi.
happening.
Welcome back.
Is it that bad a freeze?
A bit. You.
Oh my gosh, that's bad.
I liked coming back on this.
Yeah, just why? Yeah, with like her arms quite shaky, it probably slips a bit, but she pushes herself up on, like up out of the bath, and probably more of a roll out rather than an actual step out. And she'll sort of fill up her water skin again and just sort of hold it out and sort of look at the frog like, in you go. Can have another swim later.
Swims.
Yeah, in we go. And she sort of like follows it around and hooks it up.
It is you splash water out onto the floor when you got out of the tub, and your clothes and your hair and all of you yet again is now like soaking wet, so you're just like dripping water on this like tile floor, but that's pretty normal actually, so it feels better.
Yeah, she sort of feels a bit wobbly in the legs, but she'll make her way over to the door, like keeping a hand on the wall. She's not sure if she needs it, but she's a little bit nervous that she might. And she's like, okay, I can smell something really yummy. She's sort of still kind of talking to the frog, even though it's in a bag. And she'll walk over and follow her nose and head into whether it's like the equivalent of a dining room, kitchen, and probably open the door and walk in slowly. Probably poke her head round first.
You all have fallen into, I think, less heavy conversation at the dinner table, and you do hear the door slightly creak open.
I feel like halfway gets up and it's just like, you okay? You need anything?
I smelled food.
We have plenty.
Oh, and she's like, she's poked her head round because she's not sure if she's going to get told off for moving again, but she'll sort of slide in the room and close it, look her and sort of shuffle towards the table and sit down and pick up one of the forks, like, what is this?
It's
a
fork.
No, I know, but
I feel like you guys are like family, and I don't understand how none of you seem to know what forks are.
I know what a fork is. Why is it so shiny?
It's a fancy fork.
Forks.
Okay.
Mari like gives you a high five, or like puts his hand up for a high five.
Definitely giant.
Sierra face palms.
And Omako, almost not noticing because she's distracted by the food, like loudly shuffles in on the chair, sort of wincing as she goes, but then sort of looks around at this food on the table. Can I have some, please?
Yeah, Mari like has already set some aside for her and hands a plate over.
Ah, thank you. And she literally like leans across the table and pulls it back to herself, and just it's like she's out of it. She's just eating and
Shoveling.
Yeah, just literally shoveling it in. She's not eaten anything for ages. And after a while, if no one else is, she's like, you can continue talking.
The weather when we were on that rooftop, it was really nice weather, you know.
Yeah, if it were for the, giant birds and stuff, that would have been a great view.
Oh yeah, the giant birds, those were a nuisance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it's almost like your mountain card, Sierra, is like climb up to the top of the tower and there's a great view.
Oh, you got the mountain card. That was for you, so you can do the climbing, and you can do the height and the view and all that. That's for you.
If I hadn't drawn the card after that, I would have thought maybe that could be symbolic, right? But I'd rather my mountain not have giant bird robots.
No bird robots will be on your mountain. I can assure you that if there were going to be giant bird robots on your mountain, then you would have drawn the giant bird robot card.
There's a giant bird robot card in a tarot deck?
There certainly is.
Oh, fascinating. Well, I guess you do know more than me, famous fortune teller who I'd never heard of before.
All right, there's no need to be disrespectful. We were having a very nice moment. Fen.
Rico is just eating.
I am appalled.
Mari's like laughing to himself, and then he kind of goes, Wait, is there seriously a robot bird card?
I gotta pull out my deck.
Just leaping through, like, where is it?
Kumiko just has a mouthful, just watching.
And Skylar's just kind of like leaning back, like, I'm really glad somebody else is handling this. Like, and every time something sassy comes out of Fenn's mouth, she's just like,
Where's your popcorn?
So Sierra, what is the art on your tarot deck like?
So, the robot bird card is, oh, whoa. I just like got like super out of focus. Okay. The robot bird card is, it's an owl, and the owl, is like a mechanical owl, resembling the ones that, I think there were mechanical owls like in the very beginning, like with Umiko's first backstory or something. I'm pretty sure there were some like mechanical owls at some point in there. So it looks like those. And yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mare will swallow his pride and another bite of food and say, okay, that's a mechanical owl.
It sure
I didn't
is.
expect that.
Eat that.
Either.
like yeah, she says eat that, and she points to Mari's food.
He like aggressively takes a bite.
Atta boy.
Dinner winds down. Naomi hasn't woken up, but there's still a little bit of food set aside for her just in case she does. And it's getting dark outside. How do y'all set up for the night?
I think Skylar would encourage like everyone else to take comfy spots. She's used to sleeping on the ground, basically, or in like a barn, like whatever. So, and she's tired, but she's not like physically injured too bad.
You're able to find in one of the other rooms a bed similar to the other. It's not as, the mattress is not in as good condition, but it's still more comfortable than the ground. And then there's a couch in one of the front rooms as well.
Mari's up to it. I'd be thinking about keeping watch, swapping off with him, maybe. Unless anybody else wants to join us.
Mare agrees wholeheartedly.
Staying inside, but just like having the door open kind of thing, since we can't really see out the windows.
Keeping the front door open?
Yeah, just like slightly be able to see in, but I don't think we really have anything for light inside except for Sierra. For ambient glow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll also like volunteer to help with keeping watch, but when I'm not watching and I'm sleeping, I'm definitely sleeping on the couch.
Okay, so what turn did the watch go in? Mare's completely willing to help out. If Sierra's willing to help out as well, that's 3 shifts.
Yeah, everyone else kind of took hits, so I think Fen might go first.
Amiko sort of props herself up by the door because that's where she sleeps. She always sleeps where it's like half in, half outside, and she can't help it. And she slept a little bit in the water, so she's sort of watching them keep watch. Almost. In her head, she's watching their backs, but she's not up to it either. So
You're getting more blankets.
she's like, no,
Aggressive blankets.
no. Like if she takes them, she props them behind her.
That's all I meant. At least sit on something comfy.
I'll sit on one. And she sort of starts padding out this wall.
Fen, you help Umiko get settled, and you take your watch as the rest of the party kind of drifts off to sleep, and wherever they could find that's comfortable enough. Can you... I'm going to say this is a Gale's challenge of 2. It's kind of like an active perception for your shift. 2-ish hours.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little more.
Let's see if there's anything. This might be creative, but are there any trees nearby?
Yeah, I think that there are a handful. They're not huge since this is a neighborhood, and a lot of them were, that they have a harder time growing. But yeah, there are some trees that have grown up over the years.
It's the kind of idea that I'm having is if they saw anything, they might say so in kind of warning, because the trees have warned me of things before.
Okay.
I don't know if that would really aid this role, but
I think we're just gonna leave the roll as is, and maybe the trees will help.
Yeah.
Later.
I don't think
I don't have
Umiko.
anything else.
I don't think Umiko will fully sleep for a bit. If she thinks no one's watching her, she'll gradually work her way to sitting the other side outside of the house. She'll take the blanket.
Outside.
She's been told, but she'll take the blankets. But
I'm like guarding the door so that no one can go outside.
oh, okay. I thought you were further out. Never mind.
No, I'm like in the door, like with the door cracked open, kind of just like watching.
Yeah, then no, she'll stay where she is.
Okay. I forget what these. Well, I got one of them, but it's not two.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, first of all, would you like to re-roll?
Sure, actually.
Okay, because I can offer that since chat has been so generous.
There we go.
Okay, that's better. Yeah. That's 2 successes, and that's all you needed. So, the shift for your watch passes uneventfully. It's a quiet night, and Umiko is sleeping-ish. Like, she's like inched closer and closer to the door, and you've just kind of like watched it happen because she's not that far away from you. She's not fooling anyone.
She's not stealthy right now. She hurts too much. You probably hear her go, ow, ow, as she...
Though I pretend to not, like, what do I think she's being?
Yeah. She thinks she is. She's just, you know, that shifty eye look, like.
Mm-hmm.
My Umiko impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look at the corner of my eye and just look back at it. Okay.
And you pass off to Mare, who made the compelling argument earlier that Sierra would probably prefer solid sleep before taking her watch. And
she's up early.
Yeah, and she's always up early anyway doing her hair. So this works out. And he takes over at your post, allowing you to get some rest. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll because that was only one success.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I have re-rolls to use too. Didn't you know?
I specifically gave him one last time.
One more. No, one more.
Buddy. Alright.
Mari's real good at watching things. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be 1, 2, 3 rerolls that I used, but worth it as he stays up and keeps watch, and yet another block of the night passes uneventfully before he goes to wake up Sierra.
Oh, is it that time already? Okay. Let's do this thing. Yeah. Sierra will tie her hair up. This time, not doing like a fancy braid or like brushing it super fancy. Right now, she's just like, let's make sure that we don't have people with red scarves coming to kill us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could do the same and roll me that perception check as well.
What number are we looking for again?
Threes or sixes. And I think I said it was actually a challenge, so if you want to justify anything, you can, because this is kind of like a 2-hour block of time.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Okay.
Re-roll that one. I'll pass on that. Re-roll again.
Okay.
Because I can. Wow.
We're just going through all the challenges. You feel really strong for a moment.
Yeah. This is, I mean, I'm good. I can keep on going. I'm gonna keep going. 3d6, let's get it. Okay. Exploding 6, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. I could do. Let's just one more time.
This is so on-brand for Sierra.
Let's just wait like this. One more
We
time.
didn't even use this many rerolls going into the decay with the challenge.
I'll just do one more. Okay. All right.
Yay. Okay, go ahead and re-roll them just in case.
Yeah. There we go. Oh wait, I could even do that one too, right? Because it just keeps exploding. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. So this is not quite an epic success, but it is a success. And that is very good. About an hour into your watch, you hear a crash. You don't see anything from where you're posted. There's nothing that seems to be moving outside, but you hear a crash from inside the house.
Shit. Okay. You've prepared for this. I'm going to try. You said it's from within the house?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to like sneak towards where the sound is coming from, like very like Pink Panther style, like dun dun dun. Like this. I'm sneaking.
Really,
I think
really
one should.
Stealth.
Like I've never sneaked before in my life.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just do a stealth check, like just a quick Gales roll to see how well you stealth. Sierra
this,
tiptoeing through the house.
I mean,
Tread
hate
on
to-
him, Mako.
I
Tread.
hate to throw myself under the bus, but I probably have disadvantage because my skin is glowing. So-
I don't know.
And
Like,
your
what does that
outfit
do?
does.
Like, wouldn't it let you see a little bit more ahead of you?
Oh, maybe.
Or does it blind you in the dark?
Makes you more obvious for sure. So, whatever you think, Sierra, you're not going to be great at this anyway, but you might succeed and still not be great at it. So,
I don't know, maybe it like increases the challenge rating or whatever that threshold is.
yes, sure. Why not? Do you want a challenge? I'll give you a challenge. Roll me a dexterity challenge. Gail's challenge of 2.
Oh wait,
This
it wasn't
isn't a
even gonna be a challenge?
It was just going to be a check, but make it a challenge. That's great. Do it. You asked for this.
Amy, you till
You
Alright,
talked yourself into this.
I definitely have something for this. And by I definitely have something for this, I of course mean that I have nothing at all. Nothing at all. I have nothing at all. Okay. So 3d6, let's get it.
Yeah.
What number are we looking for?
mean right now.
Okay. So re-roll.
Okay.
Re-roll. Let's take a minute to thank our generous viewers who have been so kind as to gift us with all these re-rolls so that I'm able to do this and not die. Was that better? Wait, I keep forgetting what
if
number.
you re-roll the 6 just to see
Yeah. Wait, so what's the number we're looking for right now?
3s or 6s.
Oh no. Oh,
Good.
yes.
Hey.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good roll. That means you succeed.
Wait, that's not what I wanted to do.
What is it?
Oh.
Okay, but you still succeed as you creep through the house. You don't make much of a sound, and you pretty quickly find the open window of the bedroom. It's not open, actually. It's still closed, but it is broken. And flames are licking at the bottom of the bedspread that Naomi is laying on.
Oh no. I'm trying to grab Naomi and pull her off the bed.
Okay, yeah. You can pull her towards you, and how strong are you?
I'm probably really strong. Probably.
Is it a challenge for you to lift another person?
Is it Sierra?
Is it, Sierra?
Well, considering the precedent I set of the last 2 times I tried to pick up Naomi, it probably is a challenge.
Okay, then this is going to be a stones challenge of 2.
Wow, this is really this is my night. This is my night.
You asked for a challenge. I am here as a storyteller to provide one for you.
So I'm at a loss. Oh, actually, here we go. Set in harm's way, you put others first. You can protect someone else from harm while also protecting yourself.
Yes, way to check your character sheets for things you can do that I don't think you've ever really used this in the game before. It's been a really long time if you have. So way to go.
So that's nice. It's real nice.
Okay.
And what type of challenge is it?
This is a stones challenge, so we're looking for 4s or 6s.
Okay. Reroll.
Okay.
I don't know how many more rerolls I have. There we go.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah. You're able to, if you want to roll that 6 again just to see, you're able to lift Naomi off the bed and get out of the room safely. But the fire is quickly eating away at the very old blankets that were lying across it, and the smoke is starting to run across the ceiling and spread out into other parts of the house. Can everyone else roll me a perception check as well, please?
It's a check, so I can't add anything to it, can I?
No. Okay. All of you smell the smoke.
I'm also now screaming. Everybody up! Everybody up!
And you hear Sierra screaming. It took a perception check, but you all successfully hear Sierra screaming.
What is happening?
Fire! Fire! There's a fire.
Fire?
Out of the building. Everyone leave the building now.
Do we have Naomi?
I have Naomi.
And you look over to see Sierra, like, carrying Naomi.
That is impressed.
it's like adrenaline mode, like, you know, like
Fireman
moms when
carrying.
they see their child under a car. Like now, like Sierra's like has Naomi like over her shoulders, and she's like, "Go, go, go!"
Okay.
Even Umako's like, okay. And she'll go straight out the door.
I'm gonna help Umiko if she needs it. I don't know where Bryn has been this whole time, but
Yeah, she probably actually runs outside and she's like, run! Because she's now panicking because she doesn't know where he is.
Yeah. He's outside. He comes up. He was in kind of the front yard, so he comes to you as soon as you call for him.
Mari with us?
Mari.
Yeah, Mari came too. He also passed and smelled smoke and
Yay!
heard Sierra screaming.
What? Why was there fire?
Everyone, if you or Fen, you have weapon. You have
You have weapon.
Yeah!
And
weapon
have
out
weapon.
now.
Have
Weapon. Weapon
And
now.
over.
Why
Someone window cracked.
All right.
Where? Like, is there like around the back of the house here?
Yara,
Yeah.
use your words.
Okay, one of the red scarves, I assume, set the house on fire and cracked a window in the back.
Did you see somebody?
No. But who else would have set our place on fire and cracked a window?
I mean, I don't understand why they would have cracked a window.
I
So they broke the window
yeah, no, let me
with an
just,
arrow or just
Oh,
something.
not like crack the window like to let the
Like-
air really stuffy in here and like we need some like cross
it's been hot in here.
like
you
oh,
mean
and just
they
like
broke
crack the door,
window.
crack the window, and like there'll be like really good ventilation. No, not like that.
Magro, who the hell is Magro? We'll grab her staff and start running round. Well, kind of running round the other side of the house to see if anyone's away.
I'm going like catch up. I'm just like
Oh, you'll catch up real quick.
and mostly just keep an eye out ahead. I guess we're looking for any more fire, like any like
People.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, the arrow has to be on fire before you fire it. Assuming.
Yeah.
So, if that's the thing, so that's what
Fair. I'd say that's another perception check from anyone looking for that.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Mare sees nothing. Umiko sees nothing. Unless they want to re-roll. But
Yeah,
then
I'm re-rolling.
okay.
I thought for a check it was
Oh
only
my God.
one. Oh.
Oh, it was. Mare did succeed.
So
I
did you.
didn't even see the thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, now you succeed. Mare, Finn, and Umiko see a figure escaping into the shadows.
What? And she just looks confused. She starts running. She says, "Go there!" Like, like when a
Are
child.
you running on foot?
She is, but she's whistling to Brun as well. But she's
Okay.
also reaching out to the atmosphere again now that she's back to normal, drawing this water to it. And I can see it's a figure, right? I can see it's like a human-esque shape.
It is.
She's like, in her head, all she thinks is we need to stop them. So she effectively creates a bubble of water around them. Not a bubble, but water to whether it slows them down or
Like shocks them for a second.
yeah, like if anything, yeah,
Okay.
almost like hits them with it to the side.
Interesting. Okay,
Like-
so Umiko takes off after this figure. And I'm going to say that this is, oh gosh, I don't even know exactly what kind of challenge it is. I think we're going to say it's flames because of the use of Dynama here.
Mhm.
And the use of strategy and Dynama here. So this will be a flames challenge of 2 to succeed at this, to kind of trap this figure or prevent it from moving further.
I also have, let's have a look. I have animal-like reflexes. Does Sixth Sense for danger work here or not?
I don't think so because you're not in
Okay.
immediate danger.
Okay. I can't remember what stones is.
But you got 2 flames.
Oh yes, of course. That's what
I don't remember what the
You
challenge
did,
was.
you did get 2 flames. 5s are flames.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're good. That passes the challenge.
She's literally doing it like a wall of water, but not like an actual tidal wave, but like just almost half it just smashing it into the side of this person to knock them over.
Yeah, and this person, it's enough of a force of water and air to push them into a building as they kind of stagger ahead of you and whirl back to face you.
In this kind of confusion, could I try and go and tackle them?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Stones challenge 2, please.
Okie dokie. Let me see if I can add anything to this. Well, I do get the +1 anyway. I mean, I'm not trying to like slash at them per se, but could I use my arm more like a bludgeoning kind of thing?
Oh yeah, your metal arm for sure.
Yeah, like
yeah.
a low kind of thing to at least aid that. Or hell, just as extra weight. I don't know. I think that's all I could really add to it.
Okay.
So those 2, like just my being a Stone's character and that.
And that metal arm that goes thud.
Equal thud.
It goes thud.
Equal thud, but not that well.
You have rerolls.
I do.
You use them.
Let's try it. Hey.
It still does not really go thud.
I still got more.
You can try re-rolling the 6 and see if you get a 4 or 6 again.
I did! Okay.
Okay, yeah. Your arm thuds into this person's head and they seem to go unconscious. However, you hear a whistling sound as you are struck by an arrow.
Great.
From down the alleyway, and you see another figure off to the
Like,
side.
Amiko probably freaks, just like, what the fit? And if she can see another figure out there, she'll withdraw the water from where it is. And she probably she runs towards Fen, puts an arm on them, but then, can I see this figure at all, or?
Yeah, you can see them down the alleyway. They've turned to run from you, but
I'm gonna create, again, I say a bubble of water, it's not, it's a mass of water. She's gonna hold it over their head so they can't breathe.
okay.
They tried to make them from stop running, they can't run without air.
Yeah, this is also going to be a flames challenge of 2. Just to see how this goes.
Okay. Can I roll the same dice again? So 4 with the animal-like reflexes? Yes. I've pressed the wrong button. Can I reroll?
Hey, you got the 2 flames.
Oh, wait. Yes, I did. I keep forgetting that flame is 5. I keep thinking it's meant to be 4. But she just holds this water over this person's head.
Okay, yeah. You hold this water over this person's head, and after a while, they seem to go unconscious as well.
And she'll look to Fez. Are you okay? Like, where does this arrow hit?
Good question. Fen, where does it hit?
I feel like if it was from behind, probably like upper back and or like back of their shoulder. Like they have 2 real shoulders, but yeah, the non-mechanical side.
She's sort of focusing on this person running away, but holds like a hand out. Doesn't really want to touch your shoulder, so hold your arms. Is it? Are you okay?
For now, I don't know how like bad that was health-wise, mechanically.
Yeah, I'd say it was a strike, but
Okay.
you know, you're not dead.
Yeah.
If this person passes out, she's like, oh, and sort of lets go, and then quickly runs over to. She'll be like, I will be right back, I promise, and just sort of runs over to this person who's, I guess, in like an alleyway.
Yeah.
But now that there's been like an abundance of shouting to those of us who are still at the front of the house here.
Oh yeah. And all 3 of them took off running, and then there's definitely been some shouting since.
Okay.
One of us has to stay here with Naomi.
Well, if somebody's hurt, maybe I should go.
That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Don't get hit by weird people or anything.
I can protect myself. And like I'll hold my hands up like I melted a monster's face off once. That one time.
You do something
Skylar-
successful one time and then
The second you run into the alleyway, you are hit by an arrow that you did not see coming.
rude.
Where does it hit?
I think it might actually I actually think it would probably hit her high up, like also like in the shoulder area, because she is very short. So if we're aiming at someone's, say, upper torso, you would probably hit her pretty high up on the body.
Okay. Yeah, this hits you. It comes from above this time.
Oh, fudge. And can she kind of like slam, because they're around the house, right? So can she kind of like slam herself like into the wall for like cover almost?
Yeah, for sure.
And look up.
You see across, like, if you're slamming against the wall that the arrow came from, it's hard to see up on the, like, it's hard to see anyone on the roof above it, but you know that the arrow came from that direction.
Okay. So I think she would brace herself and try and step out to get a look, but be prepared with essentially what she's going to try and do is she's going to try and step away from the wall, and as soon as she sees the figure, she's going to try and go back to that kind of Dynama rope maneuver she had tried before, that lasso maneuver, and see if she can lasso them and rip them off the roof.
Okay, yeah. Let's make this a flames challenge of 3 to pull this off.
Okay. So I can manipulate connections of the Dynama. I also am good at multitasking, so I feel like being able to look and do this at the same time would not be too challenging for her.
Okay.
And I think that is it. Oh, but I think that takes it up to 6 anyway, because it's a flames challenge, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Ugh. Okay. That's only 2 successes, and it's 2 strikes, so I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
Ooh, that's all kinds of successes.
That is all your successes.
Oh,
that
all
is
kinds of successes.
enough for an epic success.
Oh man, yes.
Okay. How does this happen?
Okay. So I think she steps away from the wall, and she gets the image of this person, and as she does so, it looks like she's throwing a lasso, and this person on the roof feels this rope tighten around them at the shoulders, basically like trapping their arms to their body, and she pulls, and it flips them off the roof onto the ground in front of her, and they're kind of wrapped up in this lasso.
Okay, yeah. You have all 3 of these figures somewhat incapacitated. Mare has just gotten his crossbow loaded and is looking around and just kind of like, oh, yep. And just kind of like lets it fall to his side. And you have these 3 red scarves, I guess is what we've been calling them. These 3 red scarves. One slumped against a building. The other slumped where Umiko was
Drowning him.
drowning him. And one that Skylar pulled off the roof. And Sierra, you hear all of this happening, but you don't see anything from the alleyway. Can you go ahead and roll me a perception check, though, please.
We're looking for 4s.
We're looking for 3s. 3s or 6s.
Reroll. There we go.
Okay. As you look their direction, you don't see any of the action that you've heard from the alleyway. But beyond it, you see the light of dawn starting to crest on the horizon as the sun starts to light behind the buildings, and beyond that, the trees where the encampment you've been staying in is nestled in not far, a few hours from where you are, but not far. And from that general direction, you see a dark, black pillar of smoke rising into the sky. And that's where we're going to end Dynama this week. Hi! This was so much less of a stressful week for us, mostly, which was really kind of nice. Since I think we
knowing exactly what's coming next week.
Yeah.
Well,
And I like how this week was less stressful, but it started with all of us like sassing each other.
I mean, less stressful for us. Rolling.
yeah. It's we've had so many like really truly emotional weeks, and so this was nice. It was nice to have a sit down and have a nice family dinner with the characters. I'm gonna go ahead and pass things over to Alice to kind of see us out, but we'll be hanging out, I think, for a little bit in the Discord afterwards to just like chat about what happened tonight. So if you want to meet us over there and talk about the show, we would love to hear about some of your favorite moments.
Yes, thank you. So yes, what Rennie said, we will be heading over to the Discord, and we would love to hear your favorite moments, and I'm sure we'll be mentioning some of ours as well. This stream was brought to you by both chat and our wonderful sponsors, Bird in the Storm, where you could, who is of Tool School, and Bird vs. Plane. We are currently working on some projects with them for season 3, which I'm really excited about, and also Mage Hand Press, who created Dark Matter Alpha, which you can go check out in all of these links. You can see merch, and we also have some awesome sponsors in the form of Tabletop Loot, Arasavad, and RueInc.com. So basically a setup for tabletop gaming. Yeah. Go check out all the links below. Stick around and you'll see that we've got this. I can't remember if we did it last week. I think we did. We do credits at the end now to see the links for all these wonderful people. But other than that, we will see you next week. Keep evoking emotions, guys. Bye. Thank you, Marisha.